Hey, Reddit, throwaway account for obvious reasons. I honestly can't believe I'm writing this. I've read stories like mine before and always thought, damn glad that's not me. Well, it really is. And now I'm just sitting here in my car shaking, trying to process what the hell just happened to my life. I've been married to my wife, Elisa, for 8 years. Together for 10. No kids. I thought we had a solid marriage. I work a decent job in it. She is in real estate, flashy personality. Loves being social, always the life of the party. I'm more introverted, but it worked. Or at least I thought it did. About 3 months ago, things started to feel off. Nothing huge at first, just little stuff. Elisa got a new hairstyle and didn't even ask what I thought. Started staying out later, saying she had client dinners and showings at weird hours. I didn't push, I trusted her. She always said I was too paranoid anyway. Hell, she used to joke that I couldn't lie if my life depended on it. Funny how that turned out. One Thursday night, she came home at almost midnight. Hair messed up, red lipstick smeared, which she never wore to work. And when I asked her how the showing went, she laughed in my face. She literally laughed. Said, "You wouldn't understand, babe. It's just business." Then went straight to the shower without another word. I know I should be asked more questions, but I didn't. I chalked it up to stress. Bad timing, maybe a rough day. But something in my gut twisted. It was like a hairline crack in a glass. You can't see it unless the light hits it just right, but it's there the next few days. She was sweet again. Made pancakes one morning, brought me coffee in bed, even tried to initiate sex, something we hadn't done in almost a month. But even that felt weird. Disconnected. Like she was performing. I couldn't explain it at the time, but now I know what it was. Guilt. She was covering her tracks. The real kicker came 2 weeks later when she said she had to go on a weekend client retreat about 3 hours away. Told me not to worry. Said she was sharing a room with a female coworker. Even showed me a fake itinerary she threw together last minute. I didn't question it. Again, trusted her like a goddamn idiot. But here is where it gets nuts. Saturday night, I get a call from her mom. She is worried because she can't reach Elisa. Apparently, they always talk Saturday mornings. I text Elisa. No answer. Call her straight to voicemail. A few hours later, she replies with sorry. In a meeting. Can't talk all good though. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something snapped in me. I checked her iPad. She left it at home. We share the same Apple ID and her messages sync. Big mistake on our part. I'll save the exact texts for the next post. But let me just say this, she wasn't here with a client. She wasn't here with a female coworker. She was with some random guy named Drew. The messages were explicit, disgusting, and worst of all, casual. Like they'd been doing this for months. Like I didn't exist. Like I was just an obstacle. I couldn't breathe. I read every message, every photo. Every smug little "can't wait to do that thing again tonight." Until my hands shook, and the worst part, I still didn't know what to do. I still loved her, or maybe I loved the version of her that I thought was real. So yeah, after I found the sync messages on Elisa's iPad, my world basically caved in. It wasn't just one night. Wasn't he just one guy I scrolled for hours? She had a nickname for him. That's what she called him in her phone. Just the letter, like she was hiding him in plain sight. I looked through their messages, and I swear to God, it was like reading something from strangers. This was my wife. This was someone else entirely. Here are a few texts that are burned into my brain. Forever, you make me feel alive again. Like I can breathe. He is so boring. Always the same. Same job. Same house. Same life. Last night was insane. I can't believe we did that in the back seat. I hate how guilty I don't feel. That last one gutted me. She actually said, I hate how guilty I don't feel. Like my heart didn't matter. Like our marriage was a throwaway inconvenience. There were dozens of photos, too. Selfies in hotel mirrors. Her in lingerie I'd never seen before. Inside jokes, plans for future weekends. She'd been seeing this guy at least 2 months. Maybe longer. The retreat was a cover story for them to spend the weekend together. She even sent him a voice note. God, I wish I didn't. He have to go back to him tomorrow. Him. That's me. I'm him. It's hard to explain the emotions that hit all at once. Rage. Nausea. Betrayal. I went into this full fight or flight response. Heart racing. Palm sweating. I was literally shaking. I wanted to throw the iPad across the room. I wanted to scream. But I couldn't. I just sat there, knees to my chest, listening to her stupid voice note on a loop, like some broken man in a bad movie. Then I did something I'm not proud of. I went full spy mode. Checked her email, voicemails, location history. I was digging because I needed proof. Not just for me, but because I felt like I was losing my mind and needed something real to hold on to. Something to say, yes, this is happening. You're not crazy. Her email had receipts. Hotel bookings. A dinner reservation under Drew W. Her voicemail box, there was one message from him. Hey, babe, room 328. Left the key at the desk under my last name. Can't wait to wreck you again. That was at the moment I snapped. I couldn't unhear that. And here's where it gets messy. I didn't wait for her to come home. I packed a bag, drove 2 hours to the hotel. She said she'd DBA for her retreat, and yes, she was there all right. Just not alone. Receptionist gave me the room key without blinking. Turns out you can pick up a key if it's under your wife's name, and she didn't put a block on it, so thanks for that, I guess. I walked down the hall like I was in a dream. Part of me thought maybe she is here for work. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is all a misunderstanding. But then I got to the door. Room 328. I could hear music inside. Laughing. Then I heard her voice say, "You're so bad," and some guy laughed back. I froze. I didn't knock. I didn't kick the door down. I just stood there, my whole body locked up. I wanted to scream, but all I could do was turn around and walk out, back to the car, back to nowhere. And here I am now back home. She comes back tomorrow. No idea what I'm going to say. No idea how to say it. I haven't slept in 30 hours. I feel like a ghost. Like I've already died, and now I'm just waiting for the funeral. I don't even know how much of our marriage was real anymore. How many other guys were there? How long was she lying to my face while kissing me goodnight? I feel like a fool. like I missed every red flag because I was too damn loyal. Okay, I said ID update after she got back. She came home yesterday. I didn't sleep at all the night before. Just laid in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment in our relationship like a highlight reel turned horror movie. I kept asking myself, was it always fake? Was there ever a time she actually loved me, or was I just a placeholder until she found someone more exciting anyway? She walked in at around 4 p.m., dragging her little pink suitcase behind her, like she'd just gotten back from a spa weekend. Sunglasses on her headphone in her hand, wearing this fake-ass smile that used to make me feel warm inside. Now it made my skin crawl. "Hey, babe," she said like she hadn't even getting railed by another man for 48 hours. "You wouldn't believe how exhausting this weekend was. My feet are killing me." She leaned in to kiss me. I stepped back. She paused. "What is wrong?" she asked, frowning that confused little expression she always used when she was about to manipulate her way out of something. But this time I didn't give her the space to squirm. I asked calmly, how was room 328? Her face changed fast, like a switch flipped. Smile gone, eyes wide. She blinked and tried to recover. What are you talking about?" I walked over to the kitchen counter and put her iPad down in front of her. Unlocked. Opened the thread with D visible. "You left your iPad at home." Silence. Absolute deafening silence. She didn't say a word for a solid 10 seconds. Then she actually tried to laugh it off. "Oh my God, are you seriously spying on me now? You're being ridiculous." "Read it," I cut her off. "Read it out loud." "Go ahead." She didn't. Of course she didn't. She just stared at the screen like it might disappear if she blinked enough times. Then came the next phase rage. "You went through my private messages. That is abusive, you know that. Do you know how violating that is?" I actually laughed. I think I scared her a little because it wasn't a normal laugh. It was bitter and sharp and empty, like something broke in me permanently. "You let another man F you in a hotel while I was here, worrying about whether you were working too hard. And I'm abusive." Then the waterworks started right on cue. Tears. Sobbing hands over her face. I didn't mean for it to happen. It was a mistake. I've been so lonely. You don't understand what it's like, being with someone who is emotionally distant all the time. There it was. Blame shift. Suddenly, I was the reason she was getting railed by D in a Marriott. Suddenly, it was my fault she had to lie, sneak around and say, "Can't wait to wreck you again," while I was cleaning the gutters at home. I asked her flat out how long. She hesitated a few weeks. Lie, I asked again. "How long?" She whispered, "Since March." It's July. 4 months. 4 months of dinners, kisses, lazy Sundays, Netflix nights, all while she was living a double life. Then I asked the question I didn't want the answer to, but had to ask. Is he the only one? She paused too long. That was all I needed. I didn't even wait for the answer. I just nodded, sighed, got it, and went to grab my bag. She followed me, crying harder now, saying I couldn't just leave, that we needed to talk, that she could fix this if I just gave her a chance. But it was all noise, white noise, like a fire alarm going off in a burning building. You hear it, but it doesn't matter anymore. The place is already in ashes. I told her I'd be staying at my brother's for a while, that I needed space, and I left. And here I am now at my brother's place typing this, while my entire marriage implodes in real time. She has texted me 36 times, called 12, left 4 voicemails. The last one just said, "Please don't throw this away." But I didn't throw anything away. She did. She lit it on fire and danced in the ashes. Thanks to everyone who has been reading and commenting. I didn't expect this to blow up. And honestly, it's been the only thing keeping me grounded these past couple of days. I wish I could say things got better after the confrontation. They didn't. They got so much worse. Let me walk you through what happened next. Because just when I thought Alyssa had told me everything, just when I thought I'd uncovered the whole truth, she managed to take it to another level of betrayal I didn't even think was possible. So after I left and moved into my brother's guest room, I went dark. No calls, no texts, nothing. I just needed space. But of course, Alyssa didn't give a single damn about what I needed. She started blowing up my phone almost immediately. Long paragraphs, apologies, voice notes that sounded like bad acting. Stuff like I made a mistake. I was confused. He didn't mean anything. I felt neglected. I didn't know how to tell you. Can we please do therapy? Then the tone shifted fast. When she realized I wasn't answering, she got nasty. Suddenly, I was the villain. She started texting stuff like, "I can't believe you left me over one mistake. You're so dramatic. Grow up, you were never emotionally available." What did you expect? That's when I blocked her email, phone, everything. But then I got a message on Facebook from a name I didn't recognize. Some guy named Ethan. I didn't open it right away. Figured it might be spam, but then curiosity got the better of me. I opened it and my stomach dropped. "Hey, man, sorry to reach out like this. I think we might have something in common. I was seeing Alyssa. We met on Hinge. I didn't even know she was married until I found your profile through a mutual friend. If you're who I think you are, I'm really sorry. Let me say that again. We met on Hinge. She was on dating apps while married to me. Not just cheating with Drew. Apparently, he was just one of several. I messaged Ethan back. We talked. He was a decent guy. Said he went on a few dates with her over the winter, late January through March. They hooked up maybe 4 or 5 times. She told him she was separated, but still living with her ex because of finances. He felt bad once he realized the truth. Genuinely, I asked him, was she seeing anyone else at the time? He said, I don't know. But she did cancel on me a lot. Said she had work dinners or family stuff. Didn't he really add up after that conversation? I felt something snap inside me again. It was like I'd fallen through a trap door, and under that betrayal was another one, and then another, and another. And I realized I didn't know who I married. Not even a little. Every memory I had of her, every smile, every vacation, every time she said I love you, now had this rotting underside. And the worst part, she lied so easily, like it cost her nothing. Just for fun, or maybe punishment, I re-downloaded Hinge, made a fake profile. Took me 10 minutes to find hers. New pictures, new bio, new name. She wasn't even going by Alyssa. She changed it to L. Same face. Same voice. She had a video prompt. Still using our city. Still saying she was single. No kids, loves to travel and be spontaneous. That's when it hit me like a truck. She wasn't cheating. She was living a double life. And I had no idea how long it had been going on. The part that really messed with my head, I started wondering if I was the affair. Like, what if this was her real life? The Hinge dates, the hotel rooms, the weekends away, and I was just the background noise, the wallpaper. It all made sense now, the mood swings, the sudden interest in fitness, the secretive texting, the girls' nights that were suspiciously untagged on Instagram. All of it? This wasn't a mistake. It was a pattern, a lifestyle, and I'd been blind. I'm going to talk to a lawyer tomorrow. Start looking at what separation or divorce would look like. My brother has been a rock, but I can't stay here forever. I don't know what I'm doing. My whole life was built on a foundation of lies, and now I'm just standing in the ruins, trying to figure out where to step next. There is still more I haven't even told you about. What I found in our joint account yet. All right, Reddit, buckle up if you thought the cheating, the dating apps, and the hotel hook UPS were the worst of it. I wish I could tell you that was the bottom. It's not even close. So after the Hinge bombshell and the Facebook message from Ethan, I was already gutted. But then I started thinking about our money. You know, the thing people really fight over when a marriage dies. I figured I'd get ahead of it. Check our joint accounts, see where we stand. Boy, am I glad I did. Because what I found sent me into a whole new level of betrayal rage. Let me rewind for context. Elisa and I have always split things a little unevenly. I make a bit more, so I covered the mortgage, insurance, car payments. She handled groceries, dining, out and random home stuff. We had a shared checking account, a shared savings account, and our own separate accounts for fun money, which we agreed not to question. But here is the thing. I rarely checked the joint account. Maybe once every few weeks. Trusted her to manage her part. I paid the bills, we lived comfortably. No drama. So I log into our joint checking and savings, and immediately I see two things. Our shared savings is almost empty. There are dozens of weird transfers going back months. Like I said, I don't usually track these things, but something smelled off. So I opened a spreadsheet and started tracking everything. What started as a let me just double check turned into me going full forensic accountant mode at 2 a.m. with coffee and a stiff drink next to my laptop. And here's what I found. Hundreds of dollars a month in Venmo, transfers to people I've never heard of, payments to hotels, Ubers, fancy restaurants way out of our budget for client dinners, a $900 charge at some lingerie boutique downtown she said she hated because it was too trashy, weekly ATM withdrawals, $200 here, $300 there, all in cash, all unexplained. So I start cross-referencing this with the dates. I know she was with D or supposedly on work trips. The overlap perfect. This wasn't tea sloppy. This was routine. She was financing her second life with our money, and I was the sucker footing the bill. But here's the kicker. I found transfers into a savings account I didn't recognize. Not in our bank. A totally separate credit union in her name only. I confronted her about it. I broke the no contact rule and sent her a single text. How long have you been siphoning money from our joint account into your own secret stash? And how much of our savings paid for you to play pretend on your hotel getaways? She didn't respond right away. An hour later, I got this absolute masterpiece of deflection. I had to protect myself. I didn't know if I could count on you forever. You're always so closed off. I needed to know I'd be okay on my own. That is it. That was her excuse. She robbed our future because I was closed off. She drained the savings we were building to buy a house in the mountains, the dream we used to talk about on Sunday mornings over coffee, so she could rent hotel rooms with other men and buy thigh-high boots to send them photos in. I called the bank the next day. They confirmed the account was hers alone. Started in November of last year. November. That means she was planning an escape route 8 months ago. She was done with me long before I had a clue. I feel like such a fool, Reddit. Not just for trusting her, but for building with her every overtime shift I took. Every dollar I saved, every plan I made, it was all built on a landmine I didn't know was buried under my feet. I'm meeting with a divorce lawyer this week. That's happening. No more back and forth. No more maybe we can fix this. You don't come back from this kind of betrayal. Not when someone turns your entire life into a transaction. Not when the person you love most turns out to be your biggest threat. There is more. So much more. I found emails. She was planning something, and not just an affair. I'm starting to feel like I'm documenting a slow-motion car crash. The kind where you know the impact is coming, but there is nothing you can do to stop it. You just watch and brace. And hope it doesn't hurt as bad as you think it will. Spoiler, it does. After I found a hidden savings account and confirmed Elisa had been moving money out of our joint finances, I started digging deeper. Not out of spite, but because I knew. I just knew there was more she hadn't told me. And there was. Turns out she had plans. Long-term, detailed, borderline delusional plans. And I wasn't in any of them. Here is how I found out. I went back into her email. I know some people will say that as a violation. But you know what else is a violation? Sneaking around behind your partner's back for almost a year and lying straight to their face every day. So yeah, I had no guilt left to give. I searched her inbox using one word: Liz. Bingo. She had applied for an apartment 3 weeks ago. A 1-bedroom loft downtown, way out of her solo budget. The email chain with the property manager said she planned to move as soon as the space is available, and that she'd finalized the deposit. By the end of July, it was supposed to be our money. That covered that deposit. Our savings. She was leaving me. She just hadn't told me yet. And here is the real kick in the gut. In her rental application, she listed herself as single. Not separated. Not married. Single. She was already designing a new life. Already building her next chapter. Like I was just some awkward ex she'd eventually ghost and forget, like I never existed. Oh, and remember D from earlier, the hotel guy. Yeah, he is in the plan too. I found an email chain between them where she was sending him photos of the apartment, floor plan, and asking if he'd like the vibe. She even wrote, "We do have so much more freedom here. No more hiding, no more schedules. Just us." I don't know why that line hit so hard, but it did. Maybe because it made it real. She wasn't sorry. She wasn't lost or confused or acting out. She was done with me and had been for a while. And here is the wildest part. I don't think she was ever going to tell me. I think she was going to wait until the lease was signed, pack a bag one day while I was at work, and vanish. Leave a note, maybe, or worse. A damn text. Just one more disappearing act in a long list of lies. So now I'm sitting here asking myself, how did I miss this? How did I not see any of it coming? I'll tell you how. Because she kept me so busy loving her. Didn't she notice she stopped loving me? She used words like weapons. Manipulated every argument until I apologized for things I didn't do. Told me I was too sensitive when I caught her texting strange numbers. Brushed off my gut instincts with a roll of her eyes and a condescending laugh. Gaslight me until I thought I was the broken one. But I'm not broken. I'm just awake now and angry. So damn angry. I called my lawyer. I told him I wanted to move fast. I'm not waiting for her to leave me anymore. I'm filing first, and yes, I will be protecting what's left of my savings. I've already frozen the joint account, moved my paycheck to a private one, and I'm pulling all financial documents from our shared cloud storage before she can scrub anything. Funny thing is, she still hasn't figured out that I know all this. She thinks I'm staying quiet because I'm processing. She doesn't realize I've already started packing her lies into folders for court. Oh, and one more little bomb before I go. I think she has been dating another guy too. Not just Drew. Not just Ethan. A third one. His name is in her emails. She labeled his folder freelance projects. But spoiler, he is not a coworker. Not unless co-working now includes late-night selfie exchanges and a Gmail draft titled, "Can't Stop Thinking About Last Weekend." But we'll get to him in part 2 because I'm not done. Not even close.